All right, let's get into a really fascinating and maybe familiar paradox today. Why is it that some of the brightest people can feel completely and utterly alone, even when they're smack in the middle of a crowd? I mean, really think about it. You're at a party, a work meeting, a family dinner, there's noise and laughter all around you, but you feel this weird sense of distance, like you're watching a movie of your own life instead of actually being in it. If any of that rings a bell, trust me, you are definitely not the only one. So let's start by just putting a name to this experience. Feeling alone in the crowd isn't about being physically by yourself, not at all. It's about feeling socially or even intellectually isolated, even when you're surrounded by people. It really is such a strange paradox, right? All these voices around you, but inside, you just feel this deep sense of disconnection. And let's be clear, this isn't just you being antisocial or shy. This is a known psychological phenomenon, and it comes from a really fundamental difference in how some of us process the world around us. This brings us right to the core of it all, something psychologists call a processing mismatch. Now, I know it sounds a little technical, but the idea itself is actually really straightforward. It all comes down to this idea of processing depth. See, for people who have this, they don't just hear what's being said. Their brain is simultaneously analyzing the subtext, connecting it to other big ideas, and exploring all the potential implications. And this is all happening in real time. So you can see how a simple conversation can basically operate on two totally different levels. While most of the group might be focused on the surface stuff, the logistics, the what and when, the deep processor's mind is already digging for the why and the what if. It's kind of like one person is playing checkers while the other is playing 3D chess in their head. That right there is the mismatch. And this mismatch in what you're thinking about leads directly to our next point. It's not just about the depth, it's also about the pace, the rhythm of the conversation. They call this asynchronous social pacing. It's just a fancy way of saying your internal rhythm is completely out of sync with the group's. You know that feeling, right? Where you feel like you're either 5 steps ahead of the conversation or maybe on a completely different track altogether. While everyone else is on a straight road, your mind's already taken 3 different detours. Think about it like this. A simple topic comes up, let's say a new movie. The group starts talking along a pretty linear path, the plot, the actors. But the deep processor's mind, it's already hit a fork in the road and branched off. It's thinking about the film's allegorical themes, its cultural impact, maybe how it connects to a philosophy book they read last week. They're having a whole parallel conversation, but it's happening entirely inside their own head. And all of this brings us to what is often the most frustrating part of the whole experience, the sheer, crushing weight of small talk. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? For someone who is just wired for deep processing, the amount of energy it takes to stay engaged in surface-level chat can be way more draining than just sitting in silence. It feels like you're trying to run through water. You're putting in a ton of effort, but you're not really getting anywhere meaningful. So why is that? Well, it's because these kinds of casual conversations, they just don't have that analytical depth. They stick right to the surface, and they fail to satisfy that deep craving for a real substantive connection. And this isn't about being a snob, not at all. It's about a genuine need for mental stimulation that small talk just can't provide. So, we've walked through the why of all this. Where does that leave us? Well, it gives us a chance to completely reframe this feeling of loneliness. And this is probably the most important takeaway of all. If this experience feels familiar to you, it does not mean you're broken or that you're bad at socializing. It simply means your mind operates on a different frequency. This isn't a flaw in your system. It's a feature of your cognitive wiring. Which leaves us all with one final, and I think really important question. This isn't just about deep thinkers finding other deep thinkers. It's about all of us. How can we all become more aware of these different conversational styles? How do we meet in the middle and create spaces where both surface-level connection and deep dives are welcome? It's definitely something to think about.